Welcome back. Are you looking to add a furry friend to your family this holiday season? Well, buyer beware. 'Tis the season for scams, especially puppy scams. Joining us this morning from the Better Business Bureau is Lori Wilson with a warning about a very common scam this time of year, the puppy scam. Thank you so much for being here, Lori.
Thank you for having me.
So Lori and I were chatting, and I have an example. My mother actually just sent me an email. She was almost a scam victim, and I want to read you this. So as soon as I saw this email, I replied, "This is clearly a scam." And she said, "How do you know?" Well, let me tell you. One line says, "I need you to promise me that she will be well taken care of with much TLC as I did to them. And also you will keep me update with monthly pictures so I know how she is doing with you." To me, I thought that's trying awful hard. And then later in the email, he says, "And send me the money via Walmart MoneyGram."
Yes.
So tell me, the complaints that you're getting, you've received what, two complaints today alone?
Well, yes, and on Scam Tracker, there are 2 yesterday, 2 the day before. I think there were 10 on the 19th. This is happening right now.
And all sort of this similar MO. They try really hard to convince you they're legit and they love these dogs, and then they ask you to pay in some sort of suspicious way via MoneyGram or gift cards, right?
Yep, gift cards, iTunes gift cards are quite popular. There are gaming gift cards. Anytime anybody wants you to pay in that fashion, the answer is no. That's a sure sign it's a scam.
So let's talk a little bit about this. What are some of the key findings that you found in the study?
Well, we found surprisingly the most common victims are in their 20s and 30s. Mm-hmm. They're losing between $300 and $1,000 on average. And you know, it's easy to fall for because we fall in love with these pets. And the pictures are darling, and you know, they're part of your family.
Right. And you know, what was most shocking to me is you found that 80% of the sponsored ads, whether it be on Craigslist or YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, 80% were frauds. That blows my mind. So basically almost anyone who's paying to advertise a puppy is a scammer.
Is a scammer, and that's why it's successful, because they're pushing those ads to us so frequently. You really need to go to a breeder's and you need to see the pet. That way you know you're going to get an actual pet rather than paying for nothing. Or,
of course, you could go to a shelter and adopt a pet, which I'm sure many folks, our friends from the SPCA, would appreciate us sharing that this time of year. Okay, so, you know, I pointed out a couple of clear signs that just, you know, my trained eye detected in this email from my mom or to my mom. But what are some of the signs that you are dealing with fraud?
Well, one easy thing to do is you can, if you're searching on Google, you can right-click on an image of the pet, and you can see if that image has been copied. So oftentimes these folks are taking images from real breeder sites, from just anywhere on the internet, and you can copy that picture. So you can look and see if text of some things they're saying or the picture is duplicated elsewhere, then you know it's not going to be legitimate.
And you know, that's actually a tool that we use in our consumer investigations, right? Whether it's from a rental property you're looking at, a house you want to buy, or a puppy in this case. If you right-click on an image, you can select Search Google Images, and it will show you if that image appears anywhere else on the internet, and you can see where they may have stolen that image from. So that's actually a little trick, a little tool we use in investigative reporting.
Now we all can use it.
Yes, and it's a great tool to share. So what else do folks need to know?
Well, they need to know, again, as you mentioned with your mom's email, if the person wants money from you and they want it in the form of a Western Union or a MoneyGram, that's a sure sign there's a problem. And if you do fall for it, unfortunately, they're going to ask you for more money. They're going to say, "Oh, we had a problem with shipping. Oh, we need a new crate. Oh, we need special food. Oh, we need medicine." When they start stringing you along and you fall for it, you're just going to be more and more money you're going to pay until you realize you're being conned.
Right, and even if you're not looking for a puppy, these are all really good tips, and these are the common scam characteristics that we hear when people call us after they've lost money. First things first, if anyone asks you to pay for anything with a MoneyGram or a gift card, it is almost definitely a scam. The FTC will tell you that as well. Do not pay for anything with either of those mechanisms. Now, you know, the other interesting thing to note, 10,000 complaints to the BBB in just 3 years for this puppy scam alone, folks. So this is a very common scam. do be cautious, and I'm sure, share with your friends and family who might be interested in buying a pet this time of year. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
You're so welcome. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you, and Merry Christmas to all of you. Happy holidays to those of you who are looking to add a new member of the furry variety to your family. Remember, SPCA, lots of shelters out there.